But that's not all the crazy bad news we've
One
got.
more, guys. One more.
One more, and then
Stick it out. I promise it gets better.
it'll be so good, I swear. And then we're done. This is the last bad news of the day, and then it goes uphill from here. So we got Ezra Miller. Oh, Raul, how'd you know I was going to say Ezra Miller?
Ezra Miller saga continues.
It continues. Oh boy, I bet you listeners even thought, oh, he's probably going to talk about Ezra Miller. All right, here we go. So yeah, Ezra Miller finally enters the chat, and he declares himself as guilty, and he goes for the guilty plea. So this comes to us from ABC News 10. So Ezra Miller pleaded guilty in Vermont Superior Court Friday morning to misdemeanor unlawful trespass. The charge was added by the state of Vermont in December. According to the plea deal obtained by News 10, it changes Miller's original plea of not guilty to felony burglary and misdemeanor petite larceny. Both of those charges were dropped as part of this plea. Police said Miller broke into a longtime friend's home and stole several bottles of alcohol in May of last year. Miller was sentenced to 89 to 90 days suspended sentence, meaning he will not serve jail time, a $500 fine, and 1 year of probation. Attorneys for the state of Vermont say this will allow Miller to continue their career and ongoing mental health treatment. Miller agreed to 41 conditions as part of the plea deal, including no drinking, no probation, and random testing for drugs and alcohol, as well as an agreement to continue seeking mental health treatment. Oh, man, I'm pretty sure this is like the 7th time we've reported something about Ezra Miller, Raul. And,
Well, at least it's not. Well, at least it's not something new. Like, at least he didn't do something. This is part of. And just to be specific, this is specifically the charge. This is specifically the incident of him breaking into somebody's house and stealing their alcohol. This has nothing to do with him choking out a woman. This has nothing to do with the alleged grooming of the minor that was that was going around. This has nothing to do with those other things. This is specifically for this incident that he's being charged for, nothing else.
This is ridiculous. This is, this guy. This person. I've been wanting Ezra to have some kind of rebuttal about some kind of consequence, because every time they go out and do something, we're all clearly like, okay, something's wrong, like something's going on, like, and your mental health is not okay, and someone should be doing something about this.
Right.
And it's so nice to see that finally Vermont, the state of Vermont, had the courage to finally put them up against the law and the court of law and get them to plead guilty. Not only is this like the reason why I think this is so good is because of the fact that he's got all these 41 conditions. That's crazy. All these different things that they're going to have to work on in order to continue to live as a civilized human being in our country, which is fabulous because this affects the rest of their life. It's not now. This helps prevent the choking out people. It helps prevent breaking into people's houses. It helps prevent everything that's been going on with Ezra. I've said this every single time, Raul. All I want for Ezra Miller is to worry about his mental health and just take it easy. Take a break. Stop doing your acting stuff for a couple of years. Just don't do anything. Stay at home with your mom. Relax. And take care of yourself. Yeah. Drink some water, Ezra. You got to take care of yourself. Because I think the more we see this person going out and doing these things, the worse it gets. And no one's doing anything except until now. This is awesome.
Well, especially since The Flash has still not come out yet. And it's like any potential thing that Ezra Miller can possibly do from here until then is only going to just taint the ramp up to The Flash, at least for Warner Brothers, from their perspective. I'm sure they're seeing it that way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and now that we've segued into The Flash, I definitely don't think he's going to be coming back. I know there's always been these rumors about, the CEOs or the businessmen behind Warner Brothers are saying that there's a good chance he could come back. They'd consider it.
That's right. There was that story going around.
It's not up to the businessmen whether he comes or they come back. It's up to James Gunn. James Gunn has not confirmed anything to anybody about Ezra Miller coming back.
That's true.
And
we'll probably find out tomorrow.
Yeah, but basically, by the time you people hear this episode, we will
be old
know.
news. This could be old news.
This could totally be old news. This could be completely old news. They might announce a new Flash movie without Ezra Miller, you know, or they could just say, we're resetting all the DCU. Cool. That's what I've always wanted. I think that's the only way to fix the DCU at this point. But, you know, going back to like all the movie stuff, you know, Ezra Miller, I just don't think that they're in the right mindset or place to be doing all the Hollywood stuff right now.
Right. I don't think they're going to continue to. This does seem like a wind down as far as Ezra. You know, I have no knowledge of him taking on any new projects.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I think they're gonna have to take a break. They're gonna have to take a break, and you know, more news to follow up. I'm sure we'll hear a lot more. I would be surprised if they ended up doing a lot of the junkets, the press junkets for the Flash movie when it comes out. Because I think it's.
Oh, you would be surprised.
I would be surprised because I think it's a bad idea. I think it's a bad idea for them to be showing up for that kind of thing. So please, Ezra, stay home. That's all we're trying to say here.
Now, you don't think so? So you don't think he got off too easy then, huh? I've heard a lot of people say, "Well, he got off too easy. He should have been sentenced, 5 years in prison or whatever."
5 years. I mean, listen.
Severe.
I'm just happy that they showed up in court and they actually got some consequence at this point, because it's just been ridiculous. Like, you see things online about like, oh, so Will Smith gets kicked out of the union and stuff like that, and he can't do union movies anymore, but Ezra just gets to do the Flash? Are you kidding? Like, guys, don't worry. Everybody has their due process, and their consequences always catch up to them eventually. And now we're seeing it. We're seeing it with Ezra Miller. And I think
people who are making those statements about Will Smith are severely wrong, because he's not kicked out of the union.
He's not kicked out of the union.
He's just barred from going to the Oscars for 10 years. So whoever's saying that, stop it.
Damn, though, 10 years. That is pretty incredible. Like, that's going to be in his 60s. My God. But again, Ezra, take a break. We need you to. And I'm sure once everybody feels like you've learned your lesson, kind of thing, right? I guess it'll be time to come back. I don't know. I'm not a Dr. Raul.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.